Roundup, brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. Today I am at the Pomeroy Sports Centre and I'm joined by former Elks member and Olympic medalist Denny Morrison. He's here at the Pomeroy Sports Centre at the Oval with the Elks, kicking off Speed Skating Celebration Week. Danny, I've seen you hang out with the kids, sign some autographs. It's cool to see some of the smiles, and you're skating with some of the Elks members. You just came off doing a couple laps with them. How's the day been so far?
Well, it's been a really, really great day. It's just so cool to be brought back to Fort St. John and just to see how this club keeps developing and it keeps pumping out new skaters. They bring me back because I was the Olympian, got a few medals in my career, and my name resonates throughout the club here in Fort St. John. But don't overlook some of the other national team skaters that have come out of Fort St. John. I think we're one of the highest national team skaters per capita cities in all of Canada. And Josh Telsden recently is competing in Oberhero, and now he's in China this upcoming weekend. You can watch his races online. And there's just this swath of kids just with smiles on their faces out here, having so much fun. They're all friends, developing the sport, and the families in the crowd. Such a volunteer and community-based program. You know, the volunteers are the backbone of this sport, and so I feel like really lucky and privileged to be able to come back to town, thank those people, and to see the sport continue to develop here at Fort St. John.
How long has it been since you've been on the Oval here in Fort St. John?
It's been 3 years since the last time I put my skates on.
Oh wow!
I put them on during my retirement.
Yeah.
With a fun little race with some. It would have been like racing you.
yeah.
I was racing TV personalities and some other NFL players and.
Oh sweet.
Mason Raymond.
Old
player. So it was kind of fun promoting the World Cup back in the day, and that was the last time. And I raced in not even a skin suit, but in pants. So. Pretty cool to have the skin suit back on. Again, I just skated a few laps there, pretty fast. Well, with some of the local speed skating clubs. And this,
for me, it was fast.
Jack just moved to Calgary, so he's skating with the Oval program there. And again, there's Josh, there's Jack, there's younger kids all coming up and developing, and pretty neat to see him over the years. I think one of the kids, Nolan, I think his mom posted a photo of me and him when he was like maybe this tall, then this tall, and now he must be 6 feet tall.
Oh wow!
And so time flies, and it's pretty neat perspective because I feel like I haven't changed a day since
since you were skating.
Yeah, I guess it puts it to some perspective that I keep getting older, and the club keeps developing and churning out these new skaters, and I almost, by the end of my career, almost forgot how fun this sport is, and it's cool to come back to the club level and to see how much fun everyone's having. And
well, you've been doing it for so long, right? And then to come and even skating just with the Elks members or even the little kids and see that passion for the sport, exactly. I'm assuming that kind of gives you a little bit of energy when you come to events like this, right?
Exactly. It's just so cool to see.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. So, I mean, talking with the Elks and the club members, coaching staff, as well as the skaters, are you confident in the future of the club? I think it's safe to assume that you would be, and seeing the talent that they have too, right?
Yeah, and I mean, a big part of anything, like behavior is dictated by the environment in a lot of cases. This is my university stuff coming out now a little bit, but we have this environment, right? We have this indoor oval, and the club was strong when I was a kid. Lyndon Johnson Blair came before me. And before me and my brother, we skated outdoors in minus 40, and now we have essentially balmy conditions here. It'll be minus 40 outdoors, but it'll be, the perfect conditions inside this oval here at Fort St. John. So can't ask for more, and it's no surprise that Fort St. John produces so many talented young athletes. And I think there's just so much to be proud of in this community, not just the athletes, not just the Olympians like me, but everyone who's on every step of that journey. I truly believe in the power of sport and how sport gives everybody so much, and speed skating is one of the great sports for that, where the parents are involved as volunteers, the kids love coming out skating. I loved skating and seeing my parents in the crowd cheering me on. They're volunteering, doing their thing, but I figured they were there for me to support me. All the way up to the Olympics, they were still in the crowd watching me.
No, it's absolutely awesome. For me, for instance, I've come from Edmonton, coming to a smaller town 3 years ago, and seeing, specifically focusing on sport, the passion and the drive here all the way up north. In some sports, there's not a lot of competition here, right? So there's a lot of travel involved in that too, and it's just the mindset of athletes up here, I think, is very awesome, and you're one of them. look what Fort St. John produces. That's so awesome. So the skate with you is happening till 4 today?
Pardon me?
The skates happen until 4,
today,
so anyone could stop by, and it's open to all ages, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Awesome.
And I've seen kids get on the ice for the first time. Their parents on ice, helping them along. It's that, and we've seen some of our best speed skaters here in Fort St. John, and some of the guys training in Calgary out for a couple fast laps with me. So
that's awesome.
It's a great time, and it puts into perspective again. If skaters like the one that just went by are out there skating by people on pushers like these kids over here, it's a fast sport, and you get moving out there. So it's neat to see.
My last question for you, Denny. I know you were doing some filming earlier when I came in, specifically for the Volunteer Appreciation Day that's happening this week during the celebration week. Just to finish off the interview, I was just wondering if you could say a couple of kind words to the club and to the volunteers that make this possible, and make sure that all the kids that are part of the Elks program are able to train and do what they do.
Exactly. Like I say, it's the backbone of this club, and of so many organizations here in Fort St. John. But yeah, so the volunteers and also the community sponsors, right? The Pomeroy Sports Centre, the City of Fort St. John putting this event on, Speed Skating Week, as it's called. Pretty cool to see, and it makes sense in a community like Fort St. John. It's one of 4 covered ovals in the world. We should be promoting and celebrating this sport, and we are. And it's something growing up in Fort St. John in the 80s and 90s. It's a hockey town. I didn't think I'd ever see the day we'd have a covered oval and such a huge following of skaters. And that all comes back to, not to me, I'm trying to do my part now by giving back, but the volunteers and the community sponsors who really keep this place and promote it and make the club what it is today. And the volunteer dinner is on Wednesday. I think they're celebrating a few notable volunteers who, like Vim Koch, who's, he had a gray beard when I was a kid when I joined the sport. And I swear he hasn't aged a single day, but he's been involved in the sport longer than I've been a speed skater, longer than I've been alive, perhaps. So people like that make all the difference. And but then on the other hand, it's a new wave. Josh Tellson and the new wave of young athletes coming up and doing well in the sport. It's a new wave of parents of those athletes as well, a new wave of volunteers. And so I like to say, the athletes might look at me and be intimidated. Oh, I want to win an Olympic medal one day. But really, it's about tying up your skates and getting on ice for the first time. And same with the parents and volunteering. It's, there's a community there to support you, to help you learn how to take lap times or to record events and help put on coordinate meets and things like that. And it's such a cool, tight-knit community. And they get together, they have meetings, and travel together a lot for their kids' competitions. And again, I'm super thankful in hindsight. At the time, you hardly recognize that your parents are putting all this work in to keep the show running behind the scenes, but now I have a bit more age and maturity behind me, and I'm like, I'm pretty lucky to have had all those parents, all those volunteers making those meets happen, making those drives out to Red Deer and to Prince George and wherever the competition was to help me make my dreams come true. And so I'm really thankful for the volunteers, I'm thankful for the club, and I'm inspired to see this building so full of energy and vibrancy and the future of speed skating here at Fort St. John.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Denny, for stopping by, taking a moment to talk with me today. I know you're super busy and everyone's super stoked to see you, and it was awesome to see just how many people were coming by asking for autographs, smiles on their faces, smiles on your face. It's been a great day. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah, absolutely. My absolute pleasure, and I can't wait to come back and see how the club's progressed, and awesome, the time lapse of me with young skaters growing up and getting taller than me and faster than me in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Denny. This is Trey Lopushinsky with Energeticcity.ca. This is the Community Roundup, sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. Thanks, Denny.
Thank you.